Is property investment risky in 2025? Certainly not. Let me show you what we're going to do in 2025 to make a successful investment. Let's see what are the options you have in the market for investing. And let's assume if you have £100,000 to invest. So you can invest money in the bank, or you can invest in stock and shares, or crypto, gold and silver, or buying a house for cash. So buying a house for cash and stock and shares pretty much work same. So let's say if the house price goes up 10%, and same as the stock and shares goes up 10%, so you get the same return. But to make a successful property investment, we leverage our cash. So the way we do it is, let's say if you buy a house for cash for £100,000 and it goes up in 10%, so your equity is £10,000. So let's say if you have £100,000 to invest, option one is you buy a house for cash. So let's assume market went up by 10%. So you get £10,000 in equity. This is the same as all the other investment options we talked about earlier. Well, as an experienced, savvy property investor, we always leverage our cash. So that £100,000 we invest, we split that into 4, and then we go to the bank and we ask for a mortgage for each house. So we put £25,000 as a deposit, and bank put £75,000 as a mortgage, and we buy 4 houses for £100,000. So now we have 4 houses worth £400,000, and then we wait for the market to go up by 10%. Once it's gone up by 10%, we have £40,000 equity, and we had the same £100,000. So now we have £40,000 equity. What we do now, we go back to bank and we ask for a remortgage with a higher value. So basically the price gone up by 10%, so each house worth £110,000, and we ask 75% from that £10,000. So before we had a £75,000 mortgage. Now with the increased value, we increase the mortgage for £82,500. So each house give us £7,500 back to us. So with the 4 houses, we get £30,000 back in our bank account. So what we do with that £30,000? Either you can return money back to your investor, or you can spend it on a holiday, or what we do as an investor, we go and buy another house with a £25,000 deposit. And now we have 5 houses going up in value. As a savvy property investor, we always leverage our cash, and the other thing we leverage is the price. So let me explain how we leverage the price. So that house we talked about earlier, £100,000. Let's say if you go back and negotiate a 20% discount. So instead of paying £100,000, now you pay £80,000. So in this case, bank will give you £60,000 as a 75% and you pay £20,000 as a deposit. So because you're paying £20,000 and you have £100,000 to invest, you buy 5 houses in this case, right? And then you wait for market to go up by 10%. So now the market is gone up by 10%. You have 5 houses worth £500,000 and you have a equity of £50,000, and also you have a total discount of £100,000 because you had £20,000 discount on each house. So together you have £150,000 equity. So now what you do is you go back to the bank and you tell them, I want a remortgage for the higher value. For this to happen, you need to be experienced on this game. So you need to put the rent up. If it is a family let, you need to put the rent up every year, and you have to have that track record. Otherwise, bank will not give you money, or they will not increase their mortgage. So what's going to happen now is, so you have £150,000 equity in that £550,000 worth portfolio. So bank going to give you 75% of that new value, which is 112,500. By the way, I'm sharing my slides with you so you will understand better in the slideshow. So remember, we had £100,000 to invest. We went and buy 5 houses with a 20% discount, and we leverage our cash by getting mortgage from the bank. We buy 5 houses, we wait for 10% property appreciation, and we release 112,500 from the bank. So we got all the money back and some profit as well. This is what we call savvy property investment. I'm Rashy Weerasinghe. I'm an entrepreneur and property investor who is specialized in large holiday lets and service accommodations. We have the specialized teams and the time to build world-class portfolios. At the moment, we are looking for investors with £250,000 plus who would like a safe, secure return for their investment. If you know anyone like that, please do share our contact details in the description.